Hey y'all, thanks for kicking it with Tunga. In this vlog, we'll be hanging out in Ovamboland, home for Ovambo people, which is the largest tribe in Namibia. Ovamboland is located in the northern part of Namibia. We'll also be attending a Ovambo traditional wedding and hanging out in two of the largest towns in Ovamboland, which is Oshakati and Ongwediva. Stay tuned. So during celebrations, more especially during the weddings, women in Ovambo tribe, they carry horse tails and they twirl that in your face just to pass on the blessings and to celebrate you. So it's very essential in traditional Ovambo weddings.
Yeah. Daddy Diana.
When you're doing the thing.
Oh, I see. Like a welcome to a wedding theme.
The food is set up there and the drinks. Everybody have their seat at the table. Then they dance here.
Very good and simple, and you know what I mean?
So here we're just in Oshakati, which is one of the largest town in Ovamboland. And it was really exciting to see all this construction. Having lived in this region, it was just really motivating to see development happening very fast, and this land was just really a canvas. It was empty a few years back, so it was really just exciting to see all this contemporary architecture. On our trip, we also went to a lot of local lodges just to see how they integrate vernacular architecture into contemporary architecture. So it was really nice seeing all these different elements and different materials utilized and merging together. Most of the lodges in Namibia and some houses utilize this thatched roof system, which is really unique, and it's connecting to that vernacular architecture. And it also keeps rain away, and it's really sustainable, right? It keeps the space well ventilated overall, but it also has some cons, right? There's a potential for leaking in this type of system, and it also becomes expensive because there's like consistent maintenance over time, but it's really beautiful. So Namibia has this like vast horizon of landscape, so many times it's really important to cater to a view or to frame a view. And we find that since our land is really, we have a very large land, most times if you have a double-story building, 90% of the time you have a view, you have this great view, and it's just really peaceful, and you get like a great scenery. The northern part of Namibia is also home to a lot of foreigners. They come in for work, for job opportunities, and for overall economic opportunities. So this is a little spot in Oshakati. I believe it's a Cuban-inspired lodge, and I just really like how they create these like interior spaces that communicate to exterior spaces, and it's really expressive, and the shapes and the forms are really have like some regularity to it, and a very relaxing space.
Just when you get later, when you guys arrived or settled, then you can send me the information. Yeah. Thank you.
Napkins. Thank you. They didn't have prawns though.
Another one of a fast-growing town in Ovamboland is Ongwediva, which translates the Valley of the Leopard. It's one of the urban areas in the northern part of Namibia, and it has a fast-growing economy, a fast-growing community population, and it's just a great place to be. Obviously, I'm being biased because that's where I'm from. Old Town, baby.
This is the engineering campus student housing all the way up. They have sport facilities and everything. So they have a garden area, they have a tennis court, basketball court, and a soccer field all the way. And this is the residential area. It's called Extension 11. It has all these very gigantic mansions, all very different.
So Extension 11, which is located in Ongwediva, is a fairly new residential area, and I believe it was built, they started developing this area 10 years ago, so it's fairly new, right? So there's a lot of like contemporary houses, and a lot of people are like, well, there's a lot of modern houses. No, these houses are not modern, and I'll explain why. These houses are contemporary. So modern in architecture is a period, right? It's an era from like 1920 to the 1980s. So that's modern architecture style. And then contemporary is a style, right, that came about the 21st century. Now architecture is strictly like horizontal and vertical lines, right? They have like open floors and windows, and that does sound like contemporary style. But contemporary style is like there's a lot of bit of like fluidity to it. They morph over time and they're consistently changing. In contemporary style, there's a lot of like glass metals, and the colors are usually nude, the saturated tones, and also has a splash of like vibrancy to it, or a color that's vibrant rather. And they also use a lot of like poly lines as opposed to like modern, right? So this whole merge of contemporary and modern architecture is very common, and most of Namibians will gravitate towards modern architecture because in our vernacular architecture we have a concept of open floors, right? And so I would imagine they would want a version of that in a more contemporary way. And the similarities of both contemporary and modern architecture, they're both clean, and they both have these clean lines. They're both minimalistic styles. They have an open floor feel or open space, and a lot of like their interior spaces speak to their exterior spaces. And it's like, so modern is very somewhat, I want to say, rigid, as opposed to like contemporary is more playful, and they're very expressive. So that's the master plan.
Yeah, this is the master plan to do the whole spot.
So we're currently here in the mechanical department, right? Mining and computer. Okay. Very nice.
Okay, so we can go outside here.
Thank you so much. He really is gonna get us kicked out.
He will. These chairs are specific.
walked a lot. I didn't realize we walked that much. Very nice.